Hi everyone. So now we are going to fastly complete the concept of startup finance. You can expect a 4 marks question from this area. Startup finance. Let us complete it very fast by understanding what are all the concepts. The summary of this particular chapter. If a question comes for 4 marks in exam, how to tackle. Okay, let's start. First point number one. What is a startup? First one. Startup is an entity. Entity means individual. HUF? No. It should be either a private company or a partnership which is registered or which is an LLP. Public limited companies cannot be called as a startups. Not only this, and turnover does not exceed 100 crore. Not only that, and it should not be because of splitting or reconstruction of any business. Okay, because of existing business splitting up, it should not be formed. That means it should be newly formed entity. Okay, next, and not only that, it should not have any service motive. It should be working towards innovation, development, commercialization of a new product, processes, services, etc. Or it should create a intellectual property. Next, and status of startup will be given only for a period of 10 years from the date of registration. Okay, this is the first one we completed. Next, difference between startup and entrepreneurship. Startup is an innovation, entrepreneurship is continuation. There is a difference. Okay, startup is a part of entrepreneurship. It is a broader concept which includes a startup. Next, the main aim of a startup is to conceptualize the idea. That means a small idea, we wanted to bring it to the reality. This is not about bringing the concept to reality. Already they have achieved everything. Opportunities with regard to the resources they currently control means we are going to add some opportunities. Here we are going to develop a concept. There is a difference. Motive. What is the main motive of a startup? Okay, there is no great profit motive. We are into the intention of a startup to bring out our ideology. We are not here to make any profits. Okay, financial motive will be less, but entrepreneurship the main motive is a wealth maximization, so financial motive will be there. Next, priority. Main priority of a startup. What are the priorities that the startup will give? If the priority is on bringing more and more small firms into existence, such that if you give a license of a startup, more persons will come forward in order to provide the ideology such that the development will be made to the overall country. Means smaller firms will come into existence. I wanted to start an independent entity as an individual sole proprietor. But if you give me a status of startup and give incentives to me, I will start it as a company. More employment, more taxes. So, focus is on need based instead of opportunity based. Opportunities will be looked after by entrepreneurs. Need to develop the product will be there for the startup. Okay, so more and more small firms into existence, and it's a need based rather than opportunity based. Okay, mainly to encourage the self employment. Priority. Challenges. What are the main challenges that a startup faces? First thing, right talent can't be seen. Okay, startups will be successful. Maybe in India, as per a research, 100 startups are starting a not even 13 startups, means 13% are successful. Means what? When we give an opportunity to the startups, when we means the government, most of them are not using it properly. They are misusing it. So all the startups which are there in India, 100 startups, 13% are successful in India. Okay, so therefore there is a problem with the right talent. Ideology may be good, but implementation stage we need a right talent. So that's missing. Okay, and because of paucity of the skilled workforce, means lack of a skilled workforce can give the hurdles to the startup organization's growth. Okay, and next one, startups means there are a lot of rules and regulations governed. Okay, Niti Aayog is one of the organization which will be imposing the regulations, numerous regulations on startups, filing regulations, consultation regulations, approval regulations, signing by chartered accountants, etc., etc., which will increase the cost of the startup. Okay, next one. Because of lack of a manpower, there will be delaying chances of break even and even earning more profit. Means it takes a lot of time. If a existing entrepreneurship, existing company can earn 10 crore profit in 2 years, they can earn that 10 crore over a period of 7 to 8 years, which becomes very difficult because lack of resources and lack of opportunity. Next, pitch desk presentation. Whenever you go for a startup, you wanted to what to say motivate a person to invest in your startup. Startup na ideology is with me, but money I don't have. Venture capitalist will have. Therefore, you need to give you a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation. We have to give, tell about what our startup is going to do. Therefore, pitch desk presentation question came in exam. 3 points you have to write. Pitch desk presentation is a short and brief presentation, not more than 20 minutes, to the investors. We call it venture capital investors, explaining about the prospects, means the future of the company. Next, and why should they invest in the startup? The pros and cons, we will tell only about the benefits. Okay, negatives we should never talk in the pitch deck. Next, it is a brief presentation using the tools like PowerPoint to provide a quick overview of the business plan and to convince the investor to put the money. Okay, pitch presentation need not be always in a physical meeting. It can be either face to face or even an online meeting for the potential investors, customers, etc. Next, steps and approach. Very easy but very important question from the exams point of view. What is the steps and approach in approaching a venture capital? First one, give a brief account of the entrepreneur. Means what? The brief details of who the persons entrepreneuring this particular startup. Introduction. Working team. Who are working beyond the screen? Means behind the scenes, who should be working? The team with which you are working. Owner, front side. Back end, the staff. You have to show that in the pitch presentation very clearly. First one, who is an entrepreneur. Second one, the team working behind the scenes. We introduce. The reason is that investor will want to know people who are going to make the product and service successful. Means I will see not only the face of the owner, I also wanted to see the face of the subordinates to him. Next, what problem you are going to solve, how big the problem you are solving, that big hero you will become a, like that. Startups also, why you are starting? Already there are so many entities, what great you are going to do. So what problem you are going to do, not to do, what problem you are going to solve, and what is the solution, how the way you are going to bring the solution to that. Next one, sorry, your product will be there, how you are going to market that and how you are going to go for a target customers. Next one, what are all your mission means what, your projections and milestones, what you wanted to reach, what are your projected profits. So give a brief idea about where the business is heading to and whether business will make the profit or loss. Next, competition. You should tell who are all the other competitors in the same market such that they will try to invest in your business. Business model. The way in which company generates revenue and make the profits means which model you are, service or Zomato type food business, or you are any kind of startup company like a audio visual acoustics like boat company. Those are all startups once upon a time. So how you are going to generate, what is your revenue model? Okay, how you are going to get the profit from operations, what is your EBIT model, how you are going to get it, everything you need to tell. Next, main thing, how you are going to raise money, only debt, only equity, debt and equity, in what way you are going to raise, you should tell. Next one, the business model. Next one, the business model. Next, let us come directly to the modes of financing. Some important points are there. Whatever you are seeing in the modes of financing, each one will become one of the answer now. Okay, these are all just points. Each point we are going to analyze. Bootstrapping, one point. Okay, next one, trade credits, another point. Factoring, another point. Like that, each mode of financing we are going to analyze again. So modes of financing, how startups are financed. Okay, popular bootstrapping. Bootstrapping in simple terms is, bootstrapping is a concept of using our own funds to start our startup. For example, people will be working in USA, they will work for 10 years and come back to India. Lot of savings will be there na? They will use the same savings to bootstrap their startup. That's a bootstrapping. Angel financing, these people are small relatives, close friends, all these people will be there. They will give their own money to our startup. Angel investors or angel financing. Venture capitals are, they will raise money from public and give it to you. Venture capital. Other innovative methods are personal financing, your own money, personal credit lines, taking the loans, family and friends, peer to peer lending, crowdfunding, micro loans, vendor financing, like that. So many things are there, including factoring. Means We will sell the goods, debtors will be created, we will sell the debtors and get the money. That's factoring. So bootstrapping, I told the bootstrapping own savings we will use. An individual is said to be bootstrapping when he or she attempts to found and build a company from personal finances. Okay, or I will start a startup with a limited finance. Startup makes a profit. I will use the same profit. That's called as operating revenues of the new company I will use. Okay. So next, some methods by which startup can bootstrap. Bootstrap like in three types are there: trade credit, okay, or factoring or leasing. Let's see the trade credit. Trade credit means supplier will give the credit. I need not immediately pay them. I will take 60 days credit. Okay. I will purchase. Without putting money, I will purchase credit. I will put my credit period as 30 days. I will take 60 days credit from the supplier. I will give 30 days credit to them. 30 days I will get the money. Remaining 30 days I will revolve the money, rotate the money in the business. After that I will pay. Means without putting any money or without putting my own money, with that trade credit or credit, I am using the goods, immediately selling them, getting the money from my customers and giving it to the creditors. Are you understanding? That is one way. It represents credit granted by the supplier of goods in the normal course. It is common almost in all the business. There is no explicit cost associated with credit period available. It is available and keeps on rotating as long as the business is going concern. Just now I told you, that is the one. Factoring. What I will do, I will sell my debtors. I will sell my debtors such that bad debts problem will not be there. Amount is released immediately. It's like a securitization. The borrower sells his accounts receivable, means debtors, to a factor. Factor means a person who buys it. Factor purchases receivables and providing advances against them by deducting and retaining some margin or reserve, etc. They may reserve, they may deduct some margin or fees, commission or interest, etc. Okay. Immediately they forward the money to the person. They will again rotate in the business. Next, leasing. What is a leasing? Asset I have to purchase. If you have to purchase an asset, huge amount is involved. I will take the same asset in the form of a lease, such that I will become a lessee. There is a lessor. Instead of purchasing a very big machinery once, I will purchase 1 crore worth of machinery just by paying a 5 lakh rupee lease rental. But I can use the entire asset. That's a benefit. Leasing is a contract where one party, being a lessor, one party, owner, lessor or leasing company, purchase the asset and permits the use by another party. Okay. So thus, leasing is an alternative to purchase an asset. Instead of buying a big asset with a huge amount of capital outlay, you can take it on a lease. Then lease rentals will be very small. Next one. Venture capital financing, important area. Venture capital financing. I told you just now what is a venture capital. Venture capital financing refers to financing of high risk ventures. Okay. Venture capital capitalists will come when angel investors are not coming and credit and other things are not working for you. Then venture capital is the only thing that you can do. Shall I tell you an example? Cinema industry will be there. What trade credit you will expect? What trade your goods are? Everything is a risky venture. In that, more venture capitalists are coming today. You see, AHA, okay, AHA, platform, Netflix, like that. Netflix is a very big entity. Like that, so many digital platforms are coming now. Who is funding all of them? Venture capitalists. Okay, venture capitalists will fund high risk ventures out of the sources of money taken by them from the public. Once they believe that really this is a successful venture in future. Venture capital financing refers to financing of high risk ventures promoted by new and qualified entrepreneurs who require funds to give shape to their ideas. Here, financier is a venture capital fund invests in the equity or debt of an enterprise. Means you start a startup, venture capitalists will invest either in your equity or in the debt. Okay. But when they believe that you have a potentially successful business idea, okay, you need not have any track record, but does not have to have a track record, but we should believe that your belief is strong. Venture capital fund has formed as a trust company or LLP or anything. Okay, venture capital means whom? It can be banks, financial institutions, high net worth individuals, pension funds, etc. Okay, next one. Advantages of venture capital. Okay, advantages of venture capital. First one, a venture capitalist is a business partner. Why business partner? You are either a debt partner or a equity partner with me, sharing both the risk and rewards. Venture capitalists are rewarded with business success and capital gain. Means what? Whenever business makes a profit, I will get a share in that. Whenever you sell the shares to the public, Okay, whenever you sell the shares to the public, you will also give it to me free of cost. Shares will be given to me. I will sell the shares in the public and I will make a gain. That's how Zomato went for a public offer. Zomato is a not a IPO. It's an IPO. But what they have done, ideally what they have done, what Zomato has done is promoters' shares are sold in the market. They made a capital gain. Means Zomato will issue shares to the entrepreneurs, the promoters of Zomato at 10 rupees or 20 rupees meager rate. They waited for 20 years. After that, sold in the market each share at, say, for example, 400, 500 rupees, making a huge capital gain out of the sale of shares. So, venture capitalist is a business partner who will share the risk and rewards along with you. But for the risk taken, he will ask the reward of the business success and also the capital gain. Capital gain means not sale of assets, sale of shares. Next, what venture capital will do? He will inject the finance. Inject what? Long-term equity finance, which provide a strong capital base or a solid capital base. Venture capital is able to provide practical advice and assistance because they are banks, financial institutions, pension funds, etc., who are already having a knowledge. So venture capital is able to provide practical advice and assistance to the startup based on past experience with other companies because these venture capitalists might have already done to the others. With that experience, they can assist them. Okay. Next. Not only that, venture capital is a bank financial institution. They have a huge contacts. So venture capitalists also have a network of contacts in many areas that can add value to the startup. Venture capital may be capable of providing additional rounds of financing. Means I put the financing, I will use it. Startup will use. Fund capital is over. We invest in assets. We require additional funding. Additional rounds also they will make. Venture capitalists may be experienced in the process of preparing company for IPO. After startup situations are over, after you went into a good track record, they will only prepare you for the IPO by book running. Maybe if you know the SEBI rules, there is a concept called as book running. So book running, book building process, preparation of prospectus, pitching the project, all these things they will only do personally. Next, venture capitalists can also facilitate trade sale. So, trade sale means if any other person is ready to purchase your business at a higher rate, 6, 7 times they are giving, they will also put it for that. At least remember any 5 points in this. Okay. First one, they are business partners sharing the risk and reward along with you. For the sharing of risk and reward, they ask for the business success share. They will ask the sharing capital gain. Number two, they will provide long-term equity capital base. They will give assistance to you with the past experience they have. They will give you contacts which will add as a start. What to say this? Adds the value to the startup. And next one, they will also provide you the additional rounds of financing. They will also make you to get ready for the IPO. They will also help you for a trade sale. Next one, stages of VC. Stages of VC. Initial money they put na, we call it seed money. Okay. First, they will give a support to the concept or idea. Seed money. Startup. After putting the seed money, business will take a start. Initializing prototypes and operations means what? For that also they will give money. First money is seed money. Okay, basic money they will give. Next, after that, basic money given, they started to start and initialize the process. Okay, or to create a sample as to how the final product will be. For that, they will finance. Now the stages start. 4 stages of startup financing in VC will be there. First stage, product development, commercials, marketing and production, etc. First one is product development. Develop the product. For that, they will put the financing. Okay, advertising, marketing and production. Okay, next. After that, once product is coming into existence, next money will be given by them for expansion and for working capital. Next, third stage, market further expansion. Okay, market further expansion. Next one, acquisition and product development for profit making company. Okay, for a profit making company, that means they start develop the products for other companies. Next, fourth stage, public issues. Fourth stage is public issue, facilitating the public issue. These are all the 4 types of funding that a venture capital will give. Seed money, startup, for the startup they will give money. First stage will be basic product development and commercials and marketing, etc. Next stage will be market expansion, working capital. Third stage will be not only that market expansion, acquiring and product development for the profit making companies. Last one will be the facilitating of further public issues. Last one. Next one. Angel investors versus venture capitalists. Just I will give summary of what it is. Angel investors are invest in the small startups and entrepreneurs. Means I told you they can be close family, friends, etc. If the borrowers outside are charging 12%, 13% interest, they charge only 7-8% interest. Favorable credit terms they will give. They are among the family and friends. Okay, they may be one-time investment to help the business, or sometimes they will also inject the funding for ongoing projects. Next one, their credit terms will be, they provide more favorable terms when compared to other lenders. Okay, since they usually invest in entrepreneurs starting the business rather than viability of business, means they will give you money on the basis of the business you do, not on the basis of viability. They are not like experts like venture capital to see how viable the business is, whether this will be successful in future or not. All these things angel investors don't see. Okay, they are like gods for us. Okay, that's why they call it angel investors, where they will not see anything, just for the business idea they will put the money. Next, angel investors are exactly opposite to the venture capitalists. Okay, that's why angel investors are called as informal investors, angel funders, okay, private investors, etc. But opposite to that, see here, these are affluent individuals who inject capital for the startups in exchange for the ownership equity or convertible debt. Some angel investors invest through crowdfunding platforms online or build angel investor networks to pool the capital. Okay, so blockchain technology came, everyone is building their own platform. They are only funding. That means all are funding in a particular business. Along with that, I will also fund. Means I need not even know where I am investing. Like how we invest in the mutual funds of shares, we are investing in the mutual fund of a crowdfunding platform. Okay. Okay. Next, angel investors typically use their own money, unlike venture capitalists, because I told you, venture capitalists will take the money from other investors and place in the particular startups. Okay, that's all. These are all some important points you need to understand. So, angel investors are investing in the small startups and entrepreneurs. Family and friends will be there. One-time investment they will make, or ongoing projects also they will invest. Number one, they are having a favorable terms than that of the other lenders, since they will invest not on the viability but on the base of the business you do. Okay. Next one, they are opposite because angel investors are informal investors or seed funders or angel funding, etc. Okay, they will invest in the startups in exchange of the equity. Means what? When I take equity share, I am taking a risk here, because if your project is utter flop, my share prices also will become zero. Therefore, angel investors will take a lot of risk, just on the basis of belief of the business they will invest in that. Okay, these are all the important concepts in the startup financing. Just refer to these notes properly. This is a summary of the startup financing chapter. All the best.